Welcome to another episode of Factful Finance. What if I told you that the real reason you're not building wealth isn't because you're bad at saving, but because you were never taught the right way to manage your money? Imagine for a moment, no more feeling overwhelmed by bills, no more wondering if you'll have enough for retirement, no more confusion when it comes to taxes or investing. Sounds like a dream? Let's turn it into a reality. Today, we're diving into part 6 of our series, What Schools Should Have Taught You About Money. So many of us were taught basic math, history, and science, but financial literacy? That's where most schools dropped the ball. In fact, according to a survey from the National Financial Educators Council, 70% of adults report that their lack of financial education has cost them significantly. But today, we're going to change that, and I'll show you exactly where you can make up for lost time. Now, what should schools have taught us about money? Let's kick it off with one of the most crucial topics, budgeting and debt management. A lot of us were taught to save and spend wisely, but those vague terms never really prepared us for the nitty-gritty of managing our daily finances. Here's a shocking statistic. According to the Federal Reserve, nearly 40% of Americans would struggle to cover an unexpected $400 expense. The reason? They never learned how to budget effectively. But budgeting isn't just about cutting back on lattes. It's about understanding cash flow, planning for both short-term and long-term goals, and knowing the best ways to allocate your money across different priorities. Take Liam, for example. He's in his late 20s, working full-time and earning a steady salary. But no matter how hard he tries, his bank account never seems to grow. After sitting down with a certified financial planner, CFP, Liam learned that the issue wasn't his income. It was his spending habits and his inability to create a structured budget. With just a few tweaks to his monthly cash flow, like automating savings and allocating money for both necessities and discretionary spending, Liam saved $6,000 in 6 months. Simple, right? But it's something we should have been taught at a young age. Next up, debt. The thing schools really should have drilled into us. According to the National Consumer Debt Report, the average American household carries about $15,000 in credit card debt. Schools should have taught us the importance of managing debt effectively. It's not just about avoiding credit cards. It's about understanding the difference between good debt, like student loans, mortgages, or business debt, and bad debt, like high-interest credit card debt. Once you understand how to leverage debt for wealth building or managing expenses, you can make smarter financial decisions and avoid the traps that keep so many people stuck. Speaking of debt, let's talk about investing. Schools often shy away from teaching us how to grow wealth through the stock market, real estate, or other investment vehicles. But here's a hard truth. If you're not investing, you're losing out on future opportunities. According to data from Vanguard, the average annual return for the S&P 500 has been around 10% over the long term. Yet only about 54% of Americans own stock. Why? Because we weren't taught how to start, or worse, we were taught to fear it. Consider Olivia, who had no idea how to start investing until she turned 30. She took a basic course in personal finance, got comfortable with the idea of risk, and started investing a portion of her income in low-cost index funds. Within 5 years, her initial investments had grown substantially, and she's now on track to retire earlier than expected. It's not magic, it's just the power of compound interest. And we can't forget about taxes. Taxes are unavoidable, but that doesn't mean you have to let them take a huge chunk of your earnings. Here's an eye-opener. According to the IRS, the average tax refund in 2023 was over $3,000. While that might sound like a nice bonus, it actually means you've been overpaying the government all year. Imagine if you kept that money throughout the year and invested it instead. Schools should have taught us how to minimize taxes through things like tax-deferred accounts and strategic deductions, helping us keep more of what we earn. So how can we make up for what we didn't learn in school? The answer is simple. Take control of your financial education. Start with small steps. Learn the basics of budgeting, debt management, investing, and taxes. Consult with a certified financial professional when needed, and above all, apply what you learn. As we wrap up, let me ask you this. What's the most important money lesson you wish you'd been taught in school? Drop a comment below, and let's keep the conversation going. And if this video helped you gain a better understanding of financial literacy, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on what's coming next. Remember, this content is for educational purposes only. I'm not endorsing any products or services mentioned, and always consult a certified financial professional for personalized guidance. Looking to supercharge your finances? Check out the video on screen. You won't want to miss it.